in.
Hey, good morning, y'all. What's going on? I don't know what happened to the first live. I guess Facebook disapproved of it. But anyway, man, coming back again, man, with this here Porch talk. I want y'all to hear this. What you say, does it mount up with what you do? So many people can say things about you, but what they say about you, does it show what you do? Because you can be doing so much more than what people say about you. And they words and what they saying about you don't mount up with what you're doing. You are doing way more than what they saying about you. So, does your words mount up with what you do? It's a good topic, man. Good discussion, man, because actions speak louder than words. Because you're always going to find people that seem like they don't really bless you for what you do. Because there's always people trying to underline in what you do. But when they say things about you, your actions speak more volume than what they saying. And you should get that. You know what I'm saying? Because, we always say it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. But to have that doing in what you say, for the Bible says it's better not to make a vow than to make one and break one. So always let your actions speak volume for you. The Bible say they honor him with their mouth, but their heart is far from him. Good morning, Fred. Good morning, nephew. So one of these things we have to begin to grab a hold to. You shouldn't worry about what people say when you're actually doing it, because your actions is speaking more louder than what they saying. And when you say something, make sure you have the actions behind what you say. As the word of God would say, don't be just a hearer of the word, but be ye a doer. And it's always times in life, you have to back up what you're saying. You have to do what you say you're going to do. Better not to make a vow than to make one and break one. We used to always say word is bond. You know what I'm saying? Now the new age said that's law. And now the newer generation, the younger generation are saying no cap. So what we have to do is make sure word is bond and put it in action to make it law with no cap. So, one of the things, man, we really have to grab a hold to, man. I'm talking about, man, I did a live earlier this morning at Facebook. They hit me up and said something went, I didn't do something properly because I had music behind it. But I had put in, I didn't own the copyrights to the music, but still it was some kind of misconstrued or complaint about what I was saying, what I was doing. But my word was this morning was obedience. And the reason I said obedience because there's so many times in life that we find ourselves really not obeying what God tell us to do, because we rationalize, we overthink, we analyze so much to the point that we'll try to sacrifice, but not without the obedience. But when you got the obedience, your sacrifice become great. For we walk by faith and not by sight. So when God tell you to move or God tell you to do something, you got to do it. There's so many stories and times in the Bible that God told people to move, get out of your comfort zone, get away from familiar people. But see, we so scared of walking alone and not moving by faith in God. It makes you uncomfortable. You done got in a comfortable situation. You done got satisfied. You done got complacent. You really done got stuck. And when God began to transition and to do some greater things in your life, we allow fear to come in. We actually scared to grow within our own self. We be saying we want it, but when that opportunity comes, we scared to move by faith. We walk by faith, not by sight. Hear me? Because the eyes is the light of the body. One of the things with God concerning his word, he say, if your eyes cause you to sin, pluck them out. You can go into heaven blind, but you can't go into heaven seeing everything wrong. You know what I'm saying? You got to mend your ways. You got to cleanse your heart. You know, he say if your hands cause you to sin, cut them off. It's better to go in handless because you ain't going to steal. You ain't going to touch things you ain't got no business touching. Then he say even if your feet cause you to fail and stumble and sin, cut them off. Better to go in lame. Hear me now, man. I really want y'all to get this, man. Obedience is better than sacrifice. But one of the problems that we have, you know, are we doing what we say? We talking loud, but are we saying something? As the scripture would say, have we become just a tingling cymbal? We can get on here and boast and rah, 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 whoop de whoop, blase, squaze, yada, 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 you know. And so many times we are not mounting up with our words. Our actions are causing our words to fall to failure because we're not doing what we say. It's better to not to make a vow than to make a vow and break one. You know, so many times God done told people to sow. God done told people to give, but because they let somebody else get in their ear, you don't do it. Or you looking at the circumstance and the problem of the person, but when God done told you to do it, will you do it? He told Abraham to move out of thy country from thy kinsmen and go to a place that where I would show you. You know what I'm saying? And he blessed Abraham, you know what I'm saying, just by moving by faith. He said, take thy son up to the mountain and let's sacrifice. And as he began to be obedient to sacrifice his own son, God first showed it through man that man would obey God. That's before God began to send his son to sacrifice his son. But somebody got to be willing to be obedient to when God tell him to give, when God tell him to go, when God tell him to do. But it's so many times we find ourselves rationalizing, overthinking things, and don't do. We let our emotions and our feelings get in the way when God told us to do it. And if you want to break any cycle in your life, you want to break any pattern that's not good, do what God say. And I'm going to tell you now, it ain't going to feel good to the flesh. It ain't going to feel right to you. But by being obedient unto God, God will say sow. God will say give. God will say do. Will you do it? Will you move yourself out the way to bring God in and to see God take you places? You have to do it the way God tell you to do it. So many times we listen to so many people, the crowd, the naysayers, the haters, the enemies, the ops, the foes, and it's people that really want to help you and support you, but because someone else got in their ear, they limit themselves from God enlarging them and blessing them. So I thank God for what God is doing in my life, to be obedient to God, to take the criticism, to take the persecution, to take the push, to do it the way God say for me to do it. It blesses me. On yesterday, we had a successful event, man, with the kids, man. We had the accountability courts there and the juvenile courts there. We had the chief of police there. We had the chief of the fire department there. We had people to come in, man, and really was enjoyed for that soul and blessed. We was able to give some kids some prizes because they paid attention. You know what I'm saying? Because we plan on giving out cash prizes to the youth in every event that we do from here on that pays attention to the information, the organization, and the things that go on as we do events. So you just can't come in the event and be back there talking, playing on your phone. You need to be paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Because it might be some questions asked to you, and for you to get blessed to see was you alert. But man, listen here. Don't let what people say dictate you and determine where God want to take you. You know what I'm saying? Let people say, but let your actions speak over than what they say. I want y'all to really hear me on that. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused, keep moving forward, and watch God. But there's so many times people are let other folks hinder them from what God want to really do in them. And you worrying about what they say, what they think about you, when you ought to be worrying about what God say and what God think about you. And get your blessings, get your reward. Obedience is better than sacrifice. You're trying to sacrifice so much time, so much energy, so many things, but so many times, man, you missing the purpose and what God has desired and prepared for you to get what God want to give you because of your obedience unto God. God will say, get up from thy father's house, get up from thy kinsman, get up from that familiar place, get up from that place where you done got complacent, you done got stuck, because I want to promote you. And because of the promotion, you are fearful and you scared what other folks think, what the crowd think, instead of what God say. Do what God say do and get what God got for you. This is my word for you today, man. Didn't get a chance to list this as a porch talk. But this is a great porch talk for me because I was just back there laying in the bed. And God said, get up and go out there and do it again. They block your other live, you know what I'm saying? So I want you to go out there with a different angle. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't what people say about you. It's the actions that you're doing and greater than what people saying about you. Always gonna people try to throw you under the bus. Always gonna be people to belittle you. It's always gonna be people that can't see the greatness of God and what he's doing in you. But you got to keep on going and keep doing good anyway. You know what I'm saying? Sow good seeds and you will reap a good harvest. You hear what your big boss man AB, boss on the porch, man, just hit you with a boom. Are you doing what you said that you was gonna do? Let God mean your heart. Let God pierce your heart. Let God correct you. But don't just sit up and utter something and you really ain't got it in your heart to do it. You got to be able to hear what God say, believe what God say, and move on what God say. You got to move. And God will bless you as he's blessing me. I'm grateful today for a successful event, man. Great number of people came out, man. We was able to bless so many people, man. Big ups to Pastor Lorenzo George, Ren Rock coming. Chew Game, always love from my nephew, Carlos Jackson, and my little baby, CC Money, man. And to all of the people that blessed this event to be successful. Great time, man. Great time, man. For the chief of police to speak, for the chief of the fire department to speak, man. Just great movement, man. And for me to get the text this morning from the courts to say it was a great event to bring people together. We love what you're doing. So it's just a matter of time and God opening these doors and doing great things. But you can't let people dictate your move, your actions, and what you do for God. Take the criticism with doing for God. Jesus told you, if they persecuted me, they gonna persecute you. And all he done was doing good. So you have to continue to do good. There's gonna be people that's gonna disappoint you. It's gonna be people that's gonna let you down. But some things you have to understand in life, circumstances, situations come up that people can't do what they want, what they say they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a judgmental thing, but it's something for you to open your eyes and see, because I can't judge no one. I don't have a heaven or hell to put no one in, but I want to love everybody. You know what I'm saying? And if you live right, heaven belongs to you. And if you be faithful and obedient to God, you can eat the good of the land. My mama came to me in songs this week, man. And she had a song that she used to sing, man, that really touched my heart. And her song was, the Lord is blessing me right now, right now. The Lord is blessing me right now, right now. For he woke me up this morning He started me on my way. The Lord is blessing me right now. And she should strike out with, victory is mine. Victory is mine. Victory today is mine. If I hold my peace and let the Lord fight my battle, I know victory shall be mine. Whatever people say about you, let your actions be greater than what they say. And if you ever say anything, do what you said you was going to do. It's better not to make a vow than to make one and break one. Lord, have mercy on us. Forgive us where we're weak. Build us up where we're torn down. Strengthen us where we need strength. And we will be careful to give you all honor and glory and praise in what you're doing in our lives. But make sure, people, that we are obeying what God say. Walk by faith, not by sight. Don't let people dictate you, but always do what God said. When people hurt you, still love them. When people speak manner of evil against you and scandalize you and try to throw you under the bus, let your actions be greater than what they say. Keep going, keep doing, and watch God bless your life. Hear me now. You hear what your big boy boss man AB. Oh, boss. On the porch once again, man. First live got interrupted by Facebook. Had to come out here and just go straight live. You know what I'm saying? But let your words mount up with your walk. Walk it like you're talking. Walk it like you're talking. You know what I'm saying? So let God be great in your life. Try not to operate out of your feelings and your emotions. You're going to be hurt a lot of times. You're going to be disappointed a lot of times. But know that God got everything in control. Man, I love you, but God love you more. May heaven smile upon you is my prayer. From the front porch to the city streets. Hope I said something to reach you and bless you and encourage you and edify you and prick your heart to take away the heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Look up. Our redemption is drawing now. Y'all be blessed, man. I love y'all, man. I'm out, man. Peace.